Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Doctor Who Reviews. This week, a good episode.
Yay!
Because this week we are discussing the Crimson Aura.
Yay!
It's a Matt Smith episode, it's also the return of the Paternoster Gang, and the 100th episode since the revival started. And they picked a good one to go out as number 100. So, to discuss this good episode with me, I have my two unusual co-hosts. Firstly, one day he'll change into something the mirror doesn't recognise. It's Freezing Inferno.
Never!
And to my virtual right... I was just taken aback by the never. And to my virtual right, does she like suspense? Uh-huh. Does she like Nell Carter? No. It's Kat. You actually got the reference.
Soundboard.
You actually got the reference.
I didn't get it, but that's okay.
The Insane
I also
Clown
didn't get
Posse.
it. Just wanted to use that sound clip.
The Insane Clown Posse House of Horrors.
I see. Okay.
Do I look like a fucking juggalo?
Do I? I was just looking for lyrics containing House of Horrors.
So, the Crimson Aura.
Crimson Aura, yeah. Written by Mark Gatiss.
And Mark Gatiss is I don't know if we've done a Mark Gatiss on here in a while.
We've not done him since the Series 12. Since Series 10 came to an end. He's not in Series 12.
And Mars, yeah. That was a good... He has good episodes, I would say.
He went out on the episode he wanted to write, which was the Ice Warriors on Mars.
I mean, he is a guy who has the best takes on the Ice Warriors in quite some time.
This is not the Ice Warriors from Mars, but it's still pretty good.
I mean,
he's also a decent actor, at least.
It's a Victorian England, so, you know, it's in his wheelhouse.
Yeah, I mean, he's a fantastic Mycroft in Sherlock as well.
And he was good in Twice Upon a Time.
Yeah. Where he should have shot Toby Whithouse. Actually, I feel bad for dunking on Whithouse now, considering that Gareth Roberts exists, and also he did take the piss out of his own episode beautifully when he was having a go at Lie of the Land.
All right.
So for that reason, I feel the need to be nice to him now.
I will give him those 2 points. That one, he's not a shitty person, and two, he's able to poke fun at himself. I'll give him those 2.
And he's written some actual pretty good episodes as well.
He has.
Not all of them were that good, but he's done some good
write
ones.
the God Complex.
Yeah, we have to give him a pass for the God Complex.
He did Sleep No More.
No, I'm talking about Woodhouse.
Oh, no, I was talking about Gatiss.
Yeah, Gatiss did the God
Complex.
Gatiss did the Sleep No More, but it was Whithouse that did... No, it was Tom McRae did God Complex, wasn't it?
No, Woodhouse did God Complex.
Oh, no, Tom McRae did Girl Who Waited, which was the one before that. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. But, yeah, so...
Me getting my facts wrong on the internet? Never.
Never. Right next, start talking about the Crimson Aura.
Okay, so the Crimson Aura starts with my... Well, it doesn't quite start with my favourite side character of all time. It basically starts with a young man and his wife breaking into a factory. And there is something strange afoot here. He says,
There's something strange in the neighborhood. Who are you going to call?
He says to his young lady friend, you know, if I'm not back, you know, go to the police. And just as he goes into this room, here comes Dame Diana Rigg and a bunch of creepy-looking women in Victorian bonnets. And they say, we just heard about your husband. I'm so sorry for your loss. My husband? Your late husband.
What are you talking about? He's still alive.
Ah!
Not anymore.
His wife, by the way, played by Olivia Vinyl, who went on to do much bigger and better things.
Wow. But the guy, then we see the guy at the morgue, and he's fucking lobster red.
Oh my god! And this is the first introduction of Amos, and Amos is fantastic.
Is that the mortician?
That's the butchery guy. Yeah.
The guy.
It wasn't a rock. It was a rock lobster.
The guy who we get the pronunciation of the episode from.
What is it with side characters from Yorkshire being the best? This man, salad guy.
Because Yorkshire is fucking awesome. Go Yorkshire.
I mean, I'm obligated to say no, it's not because I'm from Lancashire, but yes.
Dude, Yorkshire puddings. Fantastic.
Actually, I have been to Yorkshire quite a few times, and I, at the risk of being turfed out of Lancashire, I quite enjoy it.
Well, it's okay. We're used to you guys being traitors. Oh, wait, no, that's us. Never mind.
I'm not going to mention recent political events, so
Yeah, let's
I would just be too angry if I mentioned recent political events. So back to the nice wholesome Doctor Who story about dead corpses that are beat red.
So the guy who died, his brother's like investigating this shit,
And it's the same actor.
talking, and is it really?
Yeah, it's the same actor wearing a fake moustache and a top hat.
Oh, that's great. And then we get this mortician.
I love this dude.
Who says the episode and who says the name of the episode in his accent, and that's why we say it like that.
If they knew, I'd let you look at one of their precious stiff. They'd have me guts for garters.
The Crimson Aura.
Yes, which I'm not going to say because I can't say it correctly because I can't do an accent like that.
Fair enough.
I'll try, but
We
that's
will
it.
accept the Crimson Horror just for the purposes of not upsetting too many people from Yorkshire. But he is great, and I love the fact that the guy's brother is basically Guy Incognito.
Amazing. So, dumped it. What the fuck is going on? He decides to go to someone who will investigate such strange occurrences. And oh, look at that! It's Madame Vastra.
Ah,
I think you
it's
mean
the
Sherlock
Paternoster
Holmes.
Gang.
I think you mean Sherlock Holmes.
No. It's a different Moffat show.
He's here to see Sherlock Holmes.
No. That's Great Ace Attorney. No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, she pretty much
Lesbian
is Sherlock
lizard
Holmes
woman.
though, because she's
Robert
even.
Downey Jr., what are you doing here?
If you've seen the Snowmen, basically, it is hinted that some of the Sherlock Holmes stories are actually about Madame Vastra.
Oh, wow.
Also, of course, Strax takes great pleasure in calling the Doctor Sherlock Holmes. But
So
Strax takes
I
great pleasure
take
in a lot
great
of things.
pleasure in having Strax back because he is fucking awesome.
So the entire Paternoster Gang is basically the Mr. Thursday, I believe, is the client here, and he goes to see Madame Vastra and he says, you know, my brother died. He was investigating this place in Yorkshire called Sweetville, and
I'm sorry, I love this gag that's coming up. I
yes,
just love
it's a
it so
great
much.
gag. I've got an image of the last thing my brother saw. It's an optogram. You know, don't be ridiculous. Optograms don't exist, and yet here it is. And they show it to Madame Vastra. And Madame Vastra lifts up her veil, looks at the guy in his face.
Oh, God, the fainting.
And this is actually a deliberate satire on the fact that often Victorian women are depicted as being very fragile and faint very easily. So Mark Gatiss, bless him, wrote this character in specifically to address the balance.
Good. What was the last thing that this guy's brother saw, according to this octogram?
The Doctor.
A continuity
What a twist.
breaking image of the Doctor, because when we actually see the guy's eye, it's not like that at all.
Continuity breaking in Doctor Who. So,
Oh
This-
no, well, how terrible continuity in Doctor Who is wrong. Whatever
know.
shall we do? Maybe we should have someone on board to take care of that for us.
I'm only
Man,
joking. I'm only joking.
no, what? Brain of Morbius has these weird faces? Hang on, I'd better write the Timeless Children to explain it.
Don't even dare.
Wait a minute. Nobody told me that Ian McKellen was the great intelligence in the Snowmen.
Yeah.
Yep.
One of the
Because
great.
I was going to mention this was the second Victorian episode that had a night actor, but then I saw who the other one was. It's like, what?
Yeah. One of the great. Well, third, because Sir Michael Gambon. Oh, that was yeah, it was a Victorian episode.
No, it wasn't.
A Christmas Carol was not a Victorian episode.
No, it was in the future.
Yeah, that was in the future.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, I'm getting I'm getting the Dickens bit confused with the story. Yeah, sorry.
They styled it after Victorian London, but it was still in the future.
But you're right, because interestingly in the credits, she is credited as Dame Diana Rigg, but Sir Michael Gambon was not Sir Michael Gambon. Or indeed Sir Ian McKellen was not Sir Ian McKellen. Strange.
So, this Sweetville that is mentioned is all about perfection, and basically the plan is they're going to send Jenny in to infiltrate and investigate and stuff. And there's a great Strax line where he's like, oh, give her, it's just listing all these weapons, acid grenades and blaster rifles. After all, we are going to the north.
Yeah, legit.
Shit.
I love Strax. I love Strax so much.
I too love Strax.
I mean, if you're a Northerner, you're not leaving your house with a weapon. What are you doing?
Welcome to America.
I am, of course, being entirely facetious before people go, it's not violent in the north. No, of course it's not that violent in the north. That's the whole joke.
So Jenny attends this sermon by the lady from the intro, Mrs Gillyflower, Dame Diana Rigg. It's typical fire and brimstone shit.
Hellfire, the end is coming, everybody, blah, 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 so forth.
We're against decadence and all this other opulence and shit. And Judgment Day is coming, so join us. And also, she shows her daughter, who is blind, blinded by her late husband. So it's like, oh, the horrors of the world, the violence we can inflict. Judgment will come upon us all.
And played by her daughter.
Oh, nice. Well, oh wait.
That's nice. It's just the way that Miss Gillyflower treats her daughter is.
Yeah,
nice.
but I think this is one of the first times they were on in the same thing together.
Oh, cool.
And they certainly act well off each other.
It's good acting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're fantastic.
I'm certain their family relationship was a hell of a lot better than it's portrayed in the
It really was.
Everyone's fantastic in this episode, actually. I haven't thought of a single character I didn't like. I even like the kid actor.
Oh, God, yeah.
And he was just there for a joke.
There were two characters I don't like right at the end, but that doesn't really count, because they're not in the adventure itself.
That doesn't count, but we'll get to that. But, so, yeah, her daughter's there in blind, and everyone's signing up to go to Sweetville, and Jenny signs up. But then we see Gillyflower's daughter, Ada is her name, Ada Gillyflower, head up through Sweetville, up some stairs, and to a locked cell, where there's something inside she's feeding, and she's talking to this person and calling them her monster. What's that all about?
No idea. Anyway,
Jenny made a friend in line at Sweetville.
Yay!
With very British teeth.
Moving on swiftly
Can
from
we
that.
go one whole podcast without insulting my nation, please?
I didn't do it this time. It wasn't me. I tried to move swiftly on.
And the correct answer is no.
It's not my fault you guys don't have any dentists there.
The correct answer is no, we can't. The Big Book of British Smiles.
Anyways, Jenny finds a door that's next to the line, and she's trying to jimmy it open, and of course her new friend is like, what the heck are you doing? And she says, there's a coin in it for you if you cause a distraction. And the lady's just like, done, takes it and immediately faints.
A guinea. I'll give you a guinea to faint. Best offer I've had all day. It's just faints.
And behind the door, well, there were factory noises, but oh, wait, it's not a factory. It's just a bunch of goddamn phonographs.
I love this.
This is a joke ripped straight off of the Time Meddler.
Yeah, it's a clever way to hide what's going on.
It's the same thing, because they hide the meddling monk hid the fact that he was alone in the monastery by just playing monastic chants on a record.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's specifically a reference to that, but it is similar to that.
It's I don't know if it's a callback or not.
Not everything is a callback.
Not everything, no, but
unless you're in the theme, not everything is a callback.
God. So Jenny investigates, Ada and Mrs. Gillyflower are sitting down for dinner, And Ada mentions, is Mr. Sweet going to join us for dinner? Not tonight, dear. He's very tired. And there's this...
See, you said that way nicer than Gillyflower actually says that.
Well, yeah, I don't...
She is mean to Ada.
I don't have that bitchiness that Dame Diana Rigg brings to the part.
Give me a script and I could try.
Yeah.
But yeah, we noticed Gillyflower does something weird where she accidentally knocks over, I think, the sugar bowl. And the only reason I say I think is because she takes a pen and throws it over her shoulder to get rid of the devil, and I usually see that with salt, not sugar.
Yeah, I wrote it was salt. That's what I think.
It's meant to be a salt bowl.
Okay.
Because she throws it over her shoulder, as you're saying, just to keep the devil at bay. But then, as the guy turns away, she secretly sprinkles a bit of the salt down her dress.
The fuck?
So that's very strange.
So something you two might not know is that bras make fantastic pockets.
Well,
and every single time that you eat something, if you happen to have an open shirt, popcorn gets down there. So she was just seasoning the popcorn.
That is a sentence.
For later.
That is a sentence.
Any girls out there who hear that will know what I mean.
That sure was a sentence just then.
I believe it. I immediately believe it.
Seasoning the popcorn, oh my good God. Right.
You guys do not know the absolute fury of going to the bathroom to take a shower or something after watching a movie, lifting up your shirt, and then just a whole large bucket full of popcorn falls on the floor.
Yeah. So Madame Vestra has paid a visit to our favourite side character. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over that.
I took half the movie home with me.
Did that happen in Velocipaster or Sharknado or something?
No. Nothing so mundane as that happened.
I don't have a clue what you're talking about. Let's move on. So Madame Vestra pays a visit.
Car on fire.
Right.
But you know what? It's okay, Frez. She's fine.
Why have you been spamming that in the Discord?
You need to watch Velocipaster.
That is actually in the movie.
That's from Velocipaster. Okay, I will make an effort to watch that this week then, because I'm like, what the hell are they posting this for?
Trust me, when you see it, you'll thank us.
I very much doubt that, but let's.
No, trust me, you will thank us.
Madame Vestra pays a visit to our favourite Victorian mortician, Amos, and this is great. She is presented with something that may have killed these victims, because it's not just it's not just Edmund, Mr. Thursday's brother. There's a lot of them, and they keep turning up in the canal.
Now she's got a bottle of strawberry Kool-Aid.
Oh God.
Excuse you, that's cherry.
Cherry.
Excuse you, it's raspberry Kool-Aid.
Excuse you. Don't patronize me.
I walk into that every time.
You really do.
Anyway, there's a great bit where Vestra's like, this is impossible. I think I recognise this from a long time ago. How long is that? Oh, about 65 million years. And Amos doesn't faint. He doesn't even scream.
Because that's not his joke.
He just looks sort of slightly disturbed.
Well, I mean, if you suddenly saw a lizard lady and figured out that all of the conspiracy theories about that are true, wouldn't you be like, what the hell?
Yeah, but if I'm a mortician seeing red bodies pulled out of the river on a daily basis, maybe I'm not so surprised by freaky things like that.
I'm sorry.
I highly doubt she's seen the crocodile hunter here.
I'm just sorry. I'm thinking of that line from the Snowman. Hi, I'm a lizard woman from the dawn of time, and this is my wife.
No. Sorry. I need a moment for the crocodile hunter reference to just go over my head. That was fantastic.
That's not a knife.
Wait,
I apologize to all of Australia for that accent.
This is a knife. No, it's not. It's a spoon. You win. I see you played Knifey Spoon before.
Y'all are thinking of Crocodile Dundee, not the Crocodile Hunter.
I know, but I always put the two together.
I knew what she meant, though.
One of them is awesome, the other one's awesome. We might as well.
Yeah. One sadly is no longer with us. Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
So Jenny, meanwhile, is investigating around, and she finds that staircase and the cell where the monster is. Well, after trying to come to agreement of I'll let you out, but you don't, but you have to keep back and don't come for me, or I'm not letting you out of here. And after coming to an agreement, she unlocks the door, and oh shit, the monster was the doctor, and he's bright red.
And zombified.
Oh no.
Kermit used to say it's not easy being green. Try this instead.
It's kind of horrible. He's all like stuck in one place, going like that, like he can't speak.
Well, he
Stiff as a
technically
board.
can't
He
because
screams.
Jenny goes to touch his face
Yeah.
and he's like his skin is stiff.
He can scream. That's about it.
Which something that amuses me is you could very well say that he's kind of like he's coated in wax, right?
Oh god.
And as we
Where
see
are
later on, all the people have been turned into basically wax figures. They've been preserved.
I mean,
There we go.
preservation
A funny
is
thing is,
yeah.
on the TARDIS wiki page, you know how the top it has that little banner that shows you what's on the tab,
Uh-huh.
and it might say something like, I have one for Ada Gillyflower that's open, TARDIS fandom, so on and so forth. This one has glitched out slightly, so it shows that there is a trailer at the top of the screen, which is annoying, but whatever. It starts with the word wax.
Oh damn.
That just is a little bit of a funny little thing.
That is kind of funny. So Jenny tries to help the doctor get out of here, and he's taking his stuff and just walking him out. He's just stiff as a board, just waddling.
Kudos to Matt Smith for this acting because holy cow, he's amazing.
This acting is fine. His acting in 5 minutes is a bit much.
Well, we'll get to that, but they go behind the ominous red door that Edmund went into at the beginning of the episode, and they see dudes just being dropped into vats of this red shit.
Oh, we should also mention that while she was getting the doctor away from the door, as they were about to head into the red door, Ada came down the stairs with another plate of food for him.
Oh yeah,
so
she
she's
comes,
making her way towards the cell.
Yeah.
and she comes up and she's like, "Oh, hello, I've got more food for." Wait, the door's open. No, where has he gone? My monster! Oh no!
She uses her cane to feel the shackles that he was chained to.
Yeah.
And that's how she
This
realizes he's gone.
woman is such a fantastic actress.
Oh,
Oh
isn't she,
my
though?
gosh, I felt so bad for her in this moment.
Yeah.
If you want to know how fantastic an actress she is, and I can't say too much about this without giving away the twist, because it's a twist that you shouldn't know until you've watched it. It's too good. So, there is an Inspector Lewis, or it's just called Lewis in the UK, episode called Life Born of Fire.
Right.
And she's in that, and she gives an amazing performance, but I can't say why.
I see. Maybe you can tell. Why don't you put that in the?
Yeah, I'll put that in a private chat.
Yeah. Or we can talk about it when we get to the twist of the story. I don't know if you put it.
Just to point this out, Rachel Stirling has been in a lot of stuff after the Crimson Horror. I can't do it, see? Try.
Crimsonara.
A lot of audio stories.
There you go.
4th Doctor Adventures, Dark Eyes, 10th Doctor Adventures.
That's the twist.
Audiobook readings as well.
But you don't find that out to the very end.
I see. Well, it's that I don't think that really has anything to do with this episode. So
No, it doesn't do with her great acting.
I
superb. She's also done stage work. She's also done Agatha Christie. She's done all sorts. She really is a fantastic actress, and she's fantastic in this as well. I felt so sorry for her by the end.
Yeah. So the doctor wants to go into this cabinet, and Jenny puts him in. He's got the
I'm sorry, I just noticed something as well. Just to talk about Rachel Stirling one more moment. She was in a movie called Young Victoria, and she plays opposite to Clara, who is in Victoria, as Victoria.
Oh my god!
They both played Victoria.
The young Victoria, she's not. Jenna Coleman's not in that. That's Emily Blunt.
You know what? Close enough, Kat. Hit it!
I literally just said that she was in the show Victoria.
Oh, the show? You said the young Victoria. I'm sorry, that's a film. My apologies. Yes, she is in that.
Rachel Stirling was in The Young Victoria.
Right, yeah.
Clara was in Victoria.
And Diana Rigg was in Victoria as well.
Pay attention to what I'm saying.
Yeah, pay attention to what I'm saying. Diana Rigg was also in
Kat,
Victoria.
That's close enough. Hit the button, please.
Hit the button?
Doctor Who Near Alert. Doctor Who Near Alert.
Oh, that button.
Thank you.
Also, the mirrors are just getting cheaper and cheaper now. They're just being used for anything now.
I mean, have you been on this Doctor Who Near Alert?
Okay.
I won't play the whole thing.
No, that was an excellent gag.
So the doctor hops into a cabinet, gets the sonic screwdriver, and Jenny just stands on guard. And then, oh hey, he's all better now.
Yay!
Hooray. And he dips and smooches Jenny.
He
Oh,
probably smacks him.
and he gets smacked in
This
the
is
face.
fine because she slaps him.
Yeah,
If she just accepted it, it would be a bit problematic.
I mean,
A
those
bit.
people. Yeah,
But
yeah, just a
you
little
can
bit.
take it as the Doctor's euphoria at being alive again, and she saved him.
Yeah, it's like, I think this is the one bit of this whole episode that is bad. It's like the only part.
Yeah, that's. Not,
I think it's
not
fine
great.
just because she slaps him.
Yeah.
It's like she has a wife, Doctor. Calm down.
Yeah, but as I say, the euphoria and maybe from the venom wearing off.
Either way, he got.
That
smacked,
doesn't
so,
excuse it, and you know it doesn't.
Okay.
But the smack helps. It helps.
Yes.
It helps.
Help show that it's not okay for people.
Yo,
to
knock
just-
that shit off. And then the doctor's like, oh, finally, I'm free. Oh, God, there's a lot going on here, but I gotta find Clara. Oh, I gotta find her because we got into a terrible mess. And Jenny's like, Clara? What the fuck are you talking about?
Clara's dead. She died months ago.
Because this is after the snowman, of course, and this is the whole impossible girl bullshit. But we don't really need to get into that. But we go into flashback time, and for once, that's weird. Oh, we don't need to go into Clara bullshit right now. That's
Yeah.
relish
So-
that.
Have I entered the Twilight Zone?
Yeah.
Frez, I'm going to send you a thermometer. I'm going to need you to tell me your temperature because it sounds like you have a fever.
I got a fever, and the only prescription is more Clara.
Yay!
Oh God.
So we get a flashback, and I really love how it's done. It's very old timey film grain, and the audio is all muffled.
Yeah.
They're really trying to go for like an old
It's a stylized choice, and I like it.
Yeah. And so we get to see the Doctor and Clara arrive in Victoria in Yorkshire, and they chat for a bit. And there's a goddamn Tegan reference of all things.
Yeah. There's two.
There's two, yeah.
A gobby Australian,
I once tried to get a gobby Australian to Heathrow Airport.
and then when there's a
There you
scream,
go, Ian. There's your continuity.
when there's a scream, he takes her hand and goes, "Braveheart, Clara," and they run towards the danger.
It's cute. It's cute.
Yeah, because that little
Yeah.
in joke doesn't
If you get it,
alter anything. It's just a little bit of, if you get it, great. If you don't get it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
it's funny. Yeah. It's just a normal line, This is the way you do this continuity bullshit. You don't do it where it's like, if you haven't seen this episode from 10 years ago, top fucking lock.
Anyway, another body has ended up in the canal. Mr. Thursday is there again, and the Doctor says he'll help him investigate the factory. He goes to see Amos, our favourite Victorian mortician.
Yay!
Sadly, I think this is the last time we see him,
Oh.
but he certainly leaves an impression in the memory.
Yay!
And then they go and infiltrate Sweetville. They meet Mrs Gillyflower. Matt Smith displays a terrible Yorkshire accent.
I love it. I love his little dodgy accent.
And I love how Clara just sort of looks at him like, the hell are you doing?
Jenna Coleman's accent is a lot more close to the truth.
Matt Smith is literally like, "Oh, come on, love, we're right chuffed here."
Matt Smith is a member of Overactors Anonymous in this scene.
He sounds like he's doing a Monty Python bit.
He
And I
does.
love
He does.
it. He does, and I'm here for it.
But it all goes terribly wrong pretty quickly. Mrs Gillyflower leads them into one of the houses. There is a couple in a glass jar.
In a glass case of emotion, you would say.
Yeah. In a big human-sized glass jar.
Oh, why don't I have that clip on here?
Also, damn you got there before me.
Next time. But yeah, they're surrounded by Gillyflower's goons. And the doctor is dipped in that red shit. And as it turns out, the people who turn bright red are actually rejects of the process.
Yeah.
Because Clara survives it and is just, zombified, petrified, whatever you want to go with.
I mean, that's interesting, isn't it? This time the companion survives the process.
Oh, the doctor survives.
Well, all right.
Just...
The companion is the companion goes through the process without any complications.
Is fully
and the
compatible.
doctor, and usually it's the fact that the doctor's alien biology protects him.
Yeah. Well, it does in this case too.
Yeah, but he also gets turned into a red zombie for a while.
Yeah.
But Ada saves him because as she's about to dump the rejects in the river, because I think she does this all the time at the orders of her mother, she notices one of them is still moving and is still barely alive.
Hey, wait. Clara manages to survive the process? Like the doctor would? Why, it's almost like Clara is a mirror of the doctor.
Oh. Are you gonna...
I hate you all right now.
I don't have the button.
Who said I was talking to you?
Doctor Who.
For God's sake!
Doctor Who. Mirror alert.
Okay, 3 is too much now.
That's just the rule of 3. That's just enough.
Forget though, we're talking about Clara.
3 in 10 minutes. 3 in the space of 10 minutes is just too much.
So, Ada locks the doctor.
Oh my God!
Mirror alert. Doctor Who. Mirror alert. You know what I like about this is that I'm completely innocent.
No, you're not. You killed this in the first place. You recorded that clip.
I'm not the one pressing the button.
You recorded that clip. You made that clip come into being.
My hands are washed.
Your hands are dirty.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Was that to me or to Rain?
Yes.
You.
Okay. Maybe I have just the tiniest bit of culpability. Maybe.
I think you do, but anyway. So, Clara's in a jar. Other sentences I didn't think I'd say. On this fine day. Then, as the doctor's chained up, poor Edmund runs into the room, screams, and then dies.
He's just dripping with this red shit. It's just like...
He was either pushed or he fell into a vat of undiluted venom.
I think we can assume pushed.
So he never stood... Well, yeah, given what Mrs Gillyflower says about her late husband, I think you're probably right there.
Yeah.
And so that catches us up, and we're back to the regular episode.
And now straps comedy.
Oh, not just yet. According to my notes, we have the real goddamn Dame Diana Rigg scene.
Oh yeah.
So I'll let you talk about that since you know.
Well, yeah, she shows her fantastic range of acting again, where Ada is still in the jail cell, and she's distraught that the monster has escaped, and she's on the floor and she's searching with her cane. And then Diana Rigg turns up. Oh, sorry, Mrs Gillyflower turns up. That was you saying Dame Diana Rigg. And Ada's on the floor crying and, oh, woe is me. And Mrs Gillyflower is absolutely furious at what her daughter has done. That she's formed a sentimental attachment to one of the rejects. And then she just goes off on her own daughter. God damn.
Yeah, because originally Gillyflower had confirmed to Ada that she was going to be saved, despite the fact that her appearance is no longer quote-unquote perfect. I think she looks perfectly fine, but whatever. And it's basically berating her, calling her stupid, saying, how could you ever think someone like you could be in my perfect world, so on and so forth. And it's honestly disgusting. It's good acting, but it's a disgusting character.
I cannot bear to look at sick people. Oh my god, that line. And that there can be no place for people such as you in the new paradise. Oh, jeez. This is her daughter.
It's sad.
Literally.
Her own flesh and blood. The bright day
I
is
really
done,
hope they got
child.
to hug
The
after
bright
this
day is
scene.
done, child. You are for the dark. Oh, that's chilling.
Right.
Now we get Strat's comedy to balance that out.
Yeah, so the doctor and Jenny are hanging out, and Jenny's like, Doctor, what are you talking about saving Clara for? Clara died. What are you on about?
It's complicated.
Yeah. So the doctor manages to find Clara and get her out of the thing.
I'm sorry. The doctor is like, well, just like my Facebook relationship status with River Song, it's complicated.
And he brings her to the cabinet to revive her. But
Can I say, Jenna Coleman looking fantastic in Victorian garb,
yeah.
and kind of a foreshadowing for when she played Queen Victoria.
Hey, well, I mean, she already was in Victorian garb in the Snowman, so
I know, but that was not that Clara.
it was Jenna Coleman in Victorian garb. So
Damn it, you saw through it, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it also was actually Clara because it's just splinters of Clara that.
Yeah,
went off
all right.
into the
You
universe.
saw through it either way. I am shamed. I am shamed. So then we get the Strats comedy, which is fantastic.
But before that, we get a bunch of guys come in with are they baseball bats, cricket bats, or some sort of blunt
Truncheons.
instrument?
Billy Clubs.
Yeah, Billy
Or-
Clubs is
and-
the closest thing to it.
and this is a bit, and it's like, oh no, what are we gonna do? Jenny's like, I got this, and she pulls off her dress, and she's got her like catsuit outfit, and she just fucking throws one of these guys to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Jenny's going to beat the show, and then you want to talk about him? Go ahead.
Okay, so at the full time of asking, the Strats comedy scene is fantastic. And there are people out there that don't like Strats, and those people I just feel sorry for, because you got no joy in your
Those
life.
people are wrong.
I'll tell you my favorite Strax joke. It's not in this one. It's in Deep Breath. You want the morning paper? Sure, throw it out.
Ah, yes.
Bang! I can't remember if it's in this one or in another story, but the one where he goes, and we will melt him with acid. Everyone looks at him, and we will not melt him with acid.
That's not in this one. Oh god.
It's just the way that he does his like little hat. Dan Starkey is fantastic in this role.
Oh god.
The same could be said of any of the Paternoster Gang. They're all brilliant in the role. You can't imagine anyone else playing them.
So,
Hey, Frez.
hey.
You're welcome.
But Strax is
Yes, thank
outside
you.
the walls.
Oh my god.
It didn't load. There it is.
That stunt person just taking it like a champ.
I mean, you say stunt person, that could easily be Jenna Coleman.
I mean, it could.
She's just going to fall backwards when a very light newspaper hits him in the face. But the fact that her hair is obscuring her entire face suggests it could be a stunt person wearing a wig.
Just hit me in the face with a paper. I'm ready for it. Come on.
But this particular scene is not hitting Clara in the face with a paper, but it is pretty great. So he's outside the factory, and then he utters the immortal line, "Horse, you have failed in your mission."
Pulls out a fucking gun.
He's going to execute the horse. Fourth
And then he says,
this
"I'm not
week.
hungry." He's been killing and eating the horses.
Yeah, fourth time this week. Do you have any last words for your summary execution?
God almighty.
And then we meet another fun side character, who was
Oh, the
created in the cast list as Urchin Boy.
But we know exactly who he is supposed to be.
Yes, this is a shameless UK gag, and I'm here for it.
What?
I'm also for it.
So
because
there's a
I
little
think
urchin
they
boy
brought them over
who
to
gives
the US.
Strax that gift.
got rain for that.
Yeah, that's one of the. That's not the melting with acid line, but that's close enough. That's probably why I think it's in this story and it's not. So yeah, this old urchin boy gives Strax directions, but he does it in a very specific way. Like, at the end of the road, turn left. First turning on the right. And this is literally Tom Tom.
He gives his name as Thomas.
Yeah.
So it's a little obvious.
It's
supposed
literally
to be
Tom. It's a bit on the nose, but I love it.
So that's like an actual GPS.
Yes. It
God.
doesn't need to be. I'm just laughing at Strax.
For those who are wondering, I'm just linking all these Strax gifs in our
she's
in
just
our
linking
chat.
Strax's favourite, funniest moments in the chat.
Oh god. Yeah. So, well, then the other great Strax joke is later when Vastra comes in after Jenny is cornered, and then Strax comes in with a fucking laser.
Yeah. But
He's
at
like,
that point, they've already secured the area. They've beaten up the supermodels.
And Vastra basically grounds him.
Yeah.
Time out.
Wait outside. Time out, Strax.
I'm gonna go play with my grenades.
And so the entirety of the last third of the episode is basically action. And a lot of action.
Well, before that, we did have Clara in the cabinet. And we're like, oh no. I mean, the process worked to reverse on the doctor, but will it work on a human? But luckily, thankfully, I can happily say that...
What? That took me a second.
She's fine!
Yeah. She's fine.
And the Paternoster Gang,
Strax has been sent to play with his
confused.
grenades.
And the Paternoster Gang is, of course, very confused because the Clara died and that with the snow man.
Yeah. They don't know this is a different Clara, although it's technically not, but
it's complicated. But then as we get to the climax of the story and what a climax it is, Vastra has some exposition.
So now we have our group of Jenny and Vastra. Strax has been sent off to play with his grenades, if you remember. Clara and the Doctor, and they're going to get to the bottom of what's really going on with this red venom stuff. But before they run into the mastermind behind it all, they find Ada.
Oh.
And this is a touching scene. Because Ada's been abandoned by her mother. She's been told that there's no place for her in the New Eden. You're left in the dark at the bright end of days or whatever it is. And she's distraught. She's crying her eyes out. Her life is basically over at this point.
Maybe change that.
Oh, God.
She's
oh.
Crying.
She's crying a lot.
Thank you.
And the Doctor and Clara comfort her because yes, she was part of the plot, but
she
it's
was
obvious
unwilling though.
She's been an unwilling participant, and at heart, she is a kind person. She saved the Doctor. Don't forget.
Plus, there's also the fact that she doesn't know as much as she thinks she knows.
She didn't have
because
to save the Doctor.
Well, I mean, the Doctor says, "Come with us," while they go to confront
Mrs Gillyflower. Or Mrs G.
Well, they go to confront her mother. So the Doctor knows that there's some things that Ada just doesn't know because she wasn't told.
We should also mention, just for the sake of the oh shit reveal, that Vastra has some exposition about how the Silurians' greatest enemy back in prehistoric times was a red leech that poisoned their water supply and poisoned them. Stuff. And the Doctor has this great line: repulsive red leech. Pretty good name. I do prefer the Crimson Horror, though.
Yeah.
I think we all do.
You see, even the Doctor agrees with Amos.
And then there's this great bit where, it's, hey, Clara gets to figure shit out. Where it's like, but what's her plan? What's Gillyflower's plan? What's this Doctor? Oh, I can't figure it out. Doctor, a chimney that doesn't blow smoke? Oh, you're right, Clara. I should have known. Brilliant.
You know how we criticise Chris Chibnall era episodes where they have too many characters and not enough time to develop all of them?
Uh-huh.
This is how you do it.
Yeah.
Every character gets a moment to shine here.
Yeah.
Even Clara.
Clara gets to solve part of the mystery. Jenny gets to save the Doctor.
It also helps when they actually have character to them.
Yeah, Vastra gets time to shine. Strax actually saves the day at the very end. They all get a moment to do something, at least. There is no third, fourth, or fifth wheel here.
Yeah, they're all an important part of the whole thing.
And even the guest characters.
A lesser written story I would be pissed off that Clara is like frozen for half the story and then she doesn't do anything for the rest of the story, but she gets this moment. So it's like, hey, okay. There you go.
Plus, she also helped comfort Ada, which, led to a whole lot, because sometimes the Doctor ain't so good at that.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, that's my girl. That's Clara.
The impossible girl and the best companion. Don't at me.
Don't at me. This is me. Yeah.
And don't at me either. I fully agree.
Oh, God.
And then parts of Mrs Gillyflower plan are revealed gradually. There's a rocket.
Oh, this is so steamy.
They're loading the poison into the rocket. And then you hear organ music.
And then they're going to ransom the English government for $1 million.
Da 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 da.
Oh my God.
I love that makes me laugh every time I do that.
Yeah.
Funny.
Gillyflower's playing an organ, and then and then it swivels around to reveal like the control panel.
Yeah,
to
the rocket ship control panel, and
so the Doctor confronts her then, and this is a killer scene.
Oh, the confrontation between Gillyflower and the Doctor and company is fantastic.
I mean, we want to quote the iconic fucking line, but let's build to it a little.
Yes, let's please do. So the Doctor has managed to get Ada on board of her. She doesn't want to betray her mama. They confront Mrs Gillyflower in the rocket ship control room, I guess you could call it. It's the room with the organ in it anyway. And the Doctor does his usual thing, Mrs Gillyflower, you must listen to me. Something terrible is about to happen. You're being manipulated by Mr. Sweet. In the wrong, I know you're thinking you're doing the right thing, but in the wrong hands, that venom could make the planet extinct.
This line is so good.
Yeah, Diana Rigg just takes one look at Matt Smith and goes, "Do you know what these are, Doctor? The wrong
she holds
hands."
up her hands like she's just like holding up her hands, and she looks at them and looks at him, and it's just
absolutely killer villain line for an absolutely killer villain.
It's just like, I know what the fuck I'm doing, and I want to do it, motherfucker. So
She is one of the best one-off villains in the modern era. There, I've said it.
Then we get the reveal, and we've also got the reveal of Mr. Sweet, which
it's the
goddamn leech.
Yeah,
it's stuck to her chest.
It's a literal leech. So she's asked, about Mr. Sweet, and he's your partner, is he? Oh, we're very close. Symbiotic, you might say. She lifts up her dress, and there is this damn leech stuck to her. I want to say bosom, but you know what I mean.
So her grand plan is raining poison down upon the world. And
also, I'm sorry, I have to do this. That part where she decides to rip open her dress, all I could think about was this.
Oh no.
Yeah, fair enough. That is a fantastic film.
Yeah.
It really is.
So, she's going to rain poison upon the world, kill everybody, and then, all the people that survived her embalming process, her petrifying process with red shit. And after a few months, she'll wake them up and then, repopulate the world with her chosen few. Wait a minute, this is the fucking plot to Moonraker.
It is! She's just Victorian Hugo Drax.
Oh, no!
I love the fact
Wait,
that we
Hugo
both...
Drax? So that means if Miss Gillyflower just stands very still, nobody would see her?
What?
Oh, no, right. Oh, no, I just had the worst thought. That Strax scene. Fucking lasers, Brett!
Ah!
Now that's a callback.
It is, and I hate it.
That is a callback for the rest of you. That is a line I shouted to our dear British host in sheer desperation and what the fuckery at seeing the movie Moonraker. Of course, nowadays I'm so gonzo-brained with Doctor Who that I wouldn't bat an eye at Moonraker.
Yeah.
Like, that's weak sauce shit compared
It's
to
not the
fucking...
fact that Moonraker is gonzo.
I mean...
It's the fact that it was brought in early to cash in on Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I
it
mean,
was supposed to be
For Your Eyes
For Your Eyes Only.
And For Your Eyes Only is a great fucking Bond film.
Yeah. One of Roger Moore's best.
That on tap so fast!
Will you stop interrupting with gifts?
No.
How did you get that so fucking fast? I was going, Jesus.
Because if you just look for Moonraker Space Battle,
This is the first thing that comes up, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Discord has a lot to answer for.
Back to Doctor.
And so does Moonraker, but back to Doctor Who.
So the Doctor then goes, "Tell us about Ada, Mrs. Gillyflower." And we got the reveal that so you had to test the venom on somebody to see what what a lethal amount would be and what someone could survive from. So she experimented on Ada and blinded her. That just puts everything into perspective. This woman, she's like, "Oh, you're imperfect. You can't come with me, Utopia," knowing full well that she's the one who fucking did it in the first place to her. Jesus Christ.
And then Ada walks in.
Yeah.
That's the grand plan. The Doctor wasn't like, Ada was like, "I can't betray my mother," but the Doctor didn't try to push her to it. All he did was bring her to the door and keep the door open and let Gillyflower say, "I don't care about my daughter. I did all these terrible things to her. I'm gonna kill everyone."
I love this bit so much because you expect Ada to be, her the same way she was when she was originally told that she wasn't going to be on, in the paradise and all that.
Sobbing.
Where she was weepy and sobbing and everything. No, she immediately goes to straight fucking rage. And she starts, marching her way over to her mother and is, beating her with her walking stick. And it's like, oh my gosh, yes!
She doesn't actually hit her, but she advances on like she's gonna hit her. And Ada's just had enough, and again, fantastic acting by Rachel Stirling. The rage in her eye, in her face. No, actually, even her eyes are white and opaque and blind. There is rage in her eyes.
It's like she's able to emote so beautifully. And the way she shouts and screams, it gives you that sense of this is pent-up rage that finally has someplace to, get out. And it's just, more of this, please. More. I love this.
And just the fact that she also found Mr. Sweet, because he crash landed on Earth, and she offered him her body as a host, essentially. And in return,
did he crash land on Earth, or was he just always there?
Oh no, because you're right. He was always on Earth, but she found him anyway.
Yeah, he was found.
I would say.
And she was given his nectar in return. I think it's basically implied that the leech gives her eternal life, or at least longer life, as long as he feeds off of her.
Yeah, let's say that.
Everything about
Honestly,
this character
it's hard to tell exactly what Mr. Sweet gets from this, just because she Gillyflower seems to get all of the perks from this. She gets the poison that she can use to preserve people, and
I
so
think
forth.
that's the idea, that she's so manipulative. She even manipulates Mr. Sweet.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm not sure you can consider Mr. Sweet a villain, because did he make her do this, or did she do this on her own?
I think it's a combination of both. Because obviously, Mr. Sweet more than likely gave her all the stuff to do the rocket with. It's just a question of why.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm fine with the ambiguity here. This is how you do ambiguity.
Ambiguity.
It's like, need to know this? No. Would it be nice to know? Yeah, sure.
So Ada is just running down her mother with huge insults like, you virago, you harpy. All that time I looked out for you and you betrayed me. And, you know, she is actually beating her, you're right. With her cane.
Yep.
And then Clara gets a great moment here.
Oh, fuck.
Where she's about to try and stop Ada from beating Mrs Gillyflower, but the doctor's like, we have to stop the machine first. So he pulls out the sonic screwdriver. Clara just picks up a chair to defend herself. And Doctor says, no, what are you doing? I've got a sonic screwdriver. Yeah, I've got a chair. And she lobs the chair. She lobs the chair
companion
into the machinery.
I love Clara.
And breaks it up. And yes, Kat, that's the perfect gift for this.
Beautiful. Peace was never an option.
Give him the chair.
And obviously, Mrs Gillyflower, who I keep trying to call Dame Diana Rigg, Mrs Gillyflower is distraught by this because her plans have gone up in smoke. Or have they?
Oh, my beautiful plans ruined. Or are they?
Because as Ada lets her guard down for a moment, because, you know, the day is saved thanks to Powerpuff Girl chair, she grabs her daughter and holds her at freaking gunpoint.
Alright, someone out there who's a little bit more technology capable than me, remake the Powerpuff Girls intro, but instead of, you know, like, where it has bubbles at the end, do like Blossom, Commander and Leader, Bubble, she is the joy and the laughter, and then just chair.
Chair.
I would pay $5 for that.
Oh my god.
Just $5?
$10.
Here's $5.
To be fair, I expect $10 worth of quality. I don't expect it to be like fucking Hollywood.
And also the fact that Mrs Gillyflower appears to comfort Ada and goes, oh, my child, there. You've always been so very, very useful, and puts the gun to her head. Oh, my God, this woman is irredeemable.
Absolutely.
This woman is irredeemable.
Yeah. So she heads off with her hostage / daughter. And where she's going? The secondary firing mechanism.
Oh, no.
She's gonna launch that fucking rocket and kill everybody.
I mean, she had an unnecessarily slow dipping mechanism. Of course she had a secondary launch mechanism as well.
Of course. So it's a chase up the rocket launch tower.
You've also forgotten another great bit.
Oh, what's that?
Chairs are useful.
Chairs be useful.
He picks up the chair. He grins at Clara. It looks like he's going to throw it at the door that's locked. He then does a 180-degree turn and throws it straight at the window.
Oh my god. I love it.
Love it.
So,
I love these two together. I love Clara and the Doctor.
Yeah, this is the first story where Matt Smith Doctor is actually rather nice to Clara. Because prior to this, he wasn't sure if she was, you know, a trap.
Evil.
Which
part of a great trap because of the whole Impossible Girl dying and reappearing thing in his timeline.
Which we won't get into.
But then in Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS, the story before this, he found out she was just an ordinary and quite terrified young woman who had no idea what was going on.
Hang on, terrified or terrifying?
Terrified.
Both are true.
Terrified.
Both are true.
In that story, she was terrified.
Yeah.
Because he turns on her.
She's also terrifying because it's Clara.
Yeah,
yes.
But he turns on her in that story.
Yeah.
But then saves her from being turned into a time zombie, so I think they're even.
I could say a lot about the Impossible Girl art.
But you're not going to.
And you have.
And I have, but we'll save that for other podcasts that we do. But yeah, it's a desperate chase. The Gillyflowers are going up the rocket. The Doctor and Clara are chasing behind. And you know, there's a bit of a shootout. Eventually, Ada gets away from Gillyflower, but she's by the controls and she's got the gun, so the Doctor can't get up. And it's like, secondary mechanism.
I win, bitches! And then she hits it. And the rocket goes off. No!
What have you learned
The rocket goes up, but hey, here's Jenny and Vastra, and oh look, they have all the poison.
Yeah,
Yay.
So it's just a rocket.
And by this time, Gillyflower has also let go of Ada and shoved her down the stairs, and the Doctor was able to grab her and shield her from the oncoming fire, which, gee, thanks, now Clara's just left to the dust.
And don't forget that Ada breaks our hearts one more time here, because as Mrs Gillyflower points the gun at her daughter says, "Shoot me if you want, Mama, because, you know, my life's not worth living anymore." Ugh.
Oh,
Christ.
poor baby.
It is of no matter.
Well-
This dialogue is so on point.
Well, luckily, Strax is here to save the day. He's at the top of the tower, and he's gonna shoot Gillyflower.
However, just like Han Solo, Gillyflower shoots first.
She really does in this case.
Which is surprising considering Strax, you know. But yeah.
They have
He
a bit of a
shoots first,
shootout. Strax doesn't actually shoot her directly, but I think he shoots the stairs she's on, which causes her to
railing or
pitch
something.
backwards, and she's done for,
She falls.
basically.
She falls straight down the rocket shaft. Ah, plunk.
Not the
oh.
long vertical shaft, no!
Oh God,
That is an old reference, but I love it.
vertical shaft.
He's the one that brought up lasers!
Yeah. Let's talk about the killer fucking final scene.
Yeah,
between Ada
yeah.
and
Yes.
Gillyflower.
Mrs. Gillyflower's final
holy
words
shit.
to Ada are fantastic.
Go
So,
ahead.
Gillyflower has fallen and she can't get up.
Boo! Boo!
She's dying. Mr. Sweet jumps off Mrs. Gillyflower's chest, and it's obvious that she's dying, and so Ada slowly walks up to her, and Mrs. Gillyflower begs, her daughter for forgiveness at the end.
And Ada, of course, is like, "No, I will never do that."
Never.
And Miss Gillyflower just looks up at her and says, "That's my girl."
And that's the last lines of a fantastic villain.
Holy fuck! What an antagonist.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. And then we have the doctor and the others. They're still up on the the stairs looking down, and they're discussing the red leech, and they're saying, "What are we going to do with it?" And the doctor's like, "Well, I'll take that back to the Jurassic era, get that taken care of." Ada just walks over, finds it with her cane, and beats the shit out of it.
She pins it to the ground first,
Well,
And
she
it-
has to find it.
and
That's
it
what the
sort
cane
of
was doing.
squeals. And then the same rage that she inflicted upon Mrs. Gillyflower earlier, she inflicts 100 times that upon Mr. Sweet.
He just beats this fucking leech to death.
Pinata! Pinata! Candy!
Oh, and much like the ones from, what's it called? Now I don't remember the game. We Happy Few, it's full of red sweets.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So we get our wrap up. We forgot to mention that there's a second time where we see the Edmund fainting gag, and we see it again here. Once he comes in, it's like, "Well, you've solved the case," and the TARDIS dematerializes and he faints again.
Yeah, he faints 3 times. He faints once when Manifesto reveals himself, once when Strax answers the door in Yorkshire, and once here. Again, I love the fact that this is a satire on Victorian fainting madams. It's fantastic.
I just love the whole idea of this dude just seeing this weird stuff and immediately his response is faint.
Yeah.
It's like one of those fainting goats.
Yeah.
But we also get, a reiteration once Clara gets in the TARDIS, and Jenny and co are like, "But Doctor, you still haven't explained about Clara." "You're right, I haven't."
Well, bye.
Bye. Yeah, you gotta wait 2 weeks for that.
That's literally it. It's I haven't. TARDIS leaves.
Yeah. And then, unfortunately for you two, we get a little denouement leading into the next story.
Can we not?
This was going so well, and then shit kids turned up.
Well, that's...
We have
It's
to
okay.
discuss it because it's in the story.
we don't
so
have to watch the next story, even though you've already seen it. So,
Clara
Thank
is back at the Maitland. Is it the Maitlands? Yeah.
Yeah.
The Maitlands' house, because these are the 2 children that she looks after sometimes.
who never show up again after Name of the Doctor.
Thank
Thank
God.
goodness.
And, she hops in, and there's a laptop open. And, wait, hang on. There's pictures of her and the Doctor there. There she is in the Russian sub in Cold War. There she is in the mansion from Hyde. And the kids are like, "Oh, we found these pictures." And it's like, "Hey, it looks like you and your boyfriend. Are you a time traveler, Clara? Are you a time traveler?"
How
if
did
you
they
don't take
even
us-
get the
I do.
Cold War pictures?
My question is, why wouldn't their first thought be, wow, Clara's really into Photoshop? They immediately go to, oh, she's fucking time traveling. Of course.
But you're right. They have pictures of her from Cold War and Hyde, and there's one picture.
And oddly enough, the Victorian London picture.
Yeah, which really confuses her.
She didn't take that picture.
No,
I wasn't in Victorian London. I was in Victorian Yorkshire. Oops.
Yeah.
You are a time traveler.
She
You are
gives
a
it
time
away.
traveler. You better take us on a time travel adventure, or we'll tell Dad. And
Oh
he won't
my
let you
God,
take
these
care
two.
of us anymore.
And again, what would he possibly do?
The kid's is fucking crazy.
The logical idea would just be, oh, they're really into Photoshop.
They could have both
That's
died in Nightmare and Silver,
Either
and
way.
nothing of value would have been lost.
Either way, yeah. So either way, that leads us into the next story, which is Nightmare in Silver. Which now that would be
Mr.
an
Clever,
interesting-
fantastic. The kids, no.
That would be
Mr.
an
Clever and
interesting
Weebly, fantastic. The kids, not so much.
That would be an interesting reappraisal for me, considering I fucking just on our 2013 review, I just fucking went crazy over Mr. Clever. Listen. In my defense, I just read Sandman, Neil Gaiman's Sandman. I was into that metafictional dream world shit. Okay, it was in front of my mind. Okay,
I
So
do
it
like
really-
I do like the Silver Turk.
You don't need to apologize. Mr. Clever is genuinely good.
I do like the Silver Turk references in that story as well.
It's just everything else sucks.
Yeah.
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 So the kids are like, we want to go on the time travel adventure. Here you go. You're on an alien planet. I'm bored.
Also, don't forget that the Cybermen upgrade so they can withstand disintegration. No, I'm not making that up.
I am
Don't they just go to the
bored.
moon as well? He takes them to the moon, to the theme park on the moon.
Yeah.
Well, they blow up the moon, but yes.
Oh, wait, this isn't... What is with the Doctor and taking kid actors that Cat doesn't like to the moon and then the moon blowing up?
I thought she
How does
didn't
the moon
mind
blow
Courtney
up
Wood.
so much when half the time it's an egg?
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we can hit our final thoughts on the Crimson Ara.
We can.
Yes. I would go last.
Okay.
I'll take
For
first.
obvious reasons.
I'll take first.
Okay. Well, thank you for just
it's-
deciding that without consulting me. But please go first.
Would you rather go first, Rain?
No, I'm all right in the middle. Go ahead.
How dare you not ask me if I want to go first? You want to go
No, I'm
first?
fine with it.
No, not really.
Oh,
Okay,
now
so-
you're becoming me. You are worse than Hitler.
I can't win. But you know how I can win? I can win by asking Cat to hit the button.
Which button? Oh, for...
Doctor Who Near Alert. Doctor Who Near Alert.
5 times why?
Because of course. Anyway, this is a very good episode. I like it. Yeah, it's Victorian England, good setting. Gatiss is very passionate about it, and it shows. You've got intriguing imagery. One hell of a villain, and like you said, everyone gets to contribute. Ada, you're utterly sympathetic towards, and it's good to see some catharsis with her and redemption of sort. Her mother, just an absolute shitheel of a villain, as played beautifully by Diana Rigg. You love to hate her. And
Yes.
such a good antagonist. And, the Paternoster Gang, always fun to see. We miss you guys. Oh, God. I hope... but there's lots of, I think there's, Big Finish and books and stuff if you really need more Paternoster Gang.
There are some
Prez?
great Big Finish audios with the Paternoster Gang in them.
But, yeah.
Prez, I just
this is-
realized something.
What did you realize?
We did it again.
Oh, what did we do again?
Love and Monsters was an episode that had a good beginning and a terrible ending.
Mm-hmm.
So does the Crimson Horror. Fantastic episode. The last few minutes suck because of the kids.
Well, it's not nearly as bad a degree as Love and Monsters.
No, but it still leads into something awful.
I get you. I consider it just a trailer for the next story, so it's I don't give a shit. But yeah, Crimson Horror, very good, fantastic, good pick, Rain. So please, why don't you tell us about it?
Well, as I tell off our good friend Mike for being naughty in the Discord chat.
What now?
So,
Mike,
yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah.
What?
So,
I didn't see it. What did he say?
Oh, you'll see. So,
I'll see.
just pretend that's me administering that to Mike. So,
it's the thing about the arc.
that's me administering that to Mike. So, yeah, the Crimson Aura or the Crimson Aura is fantastic. It really is. I said this last week. I stand by it. My favourite episode of Series 7. Maybe not the best, but my favourite episode.
I respect that.
The acting is fantastic. The setting is great because Sweetville is basically a parody of Bourneville, the model village for chocolate workers, and also Saltire, which was Titus Salt, who was a Yorkshire entrepreneur and businessman. He had a model village called Saltire, and that's what Sweetville basically is. Dame Diana Rigg, I can't say enough in praise of this woman's acting as the villain. It's a shame we lost her last year, but she had a fantastic career, and this is a wonderful legacy. In addition to Game of Thrones and Mother Love and The Avengers and all the great stuff she was in. So, missed but never forgotten. And her daughter, Rachel Stirling, really shows that she, the acting genes passed down in that family because she's amazing as well. Ada is so sympathetic. And even when, she's helping the villains, but you don't feel against her for doing that, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
She's a tool of the villains rather than an actual villain.
Yeah.
And the Doctor
An
gets some great
unwilling lackey.
moments. Clara gets some great moments, like the chair.
The chair.
I've got a chair, should
Always
be on a
remember the
t-shirt. And and the Paternoster Gang show why they should have got their own show. But thankfully, as Jerry has already pointed out, they do get their own series of Big Finish audios.
Yay.
And for the most part, they're all pretty good. There is one where they infiltrate another factory, but this time it's Strax doing it. And Strax, infiltrates the working class and basically incites a riot.
We stand.
Because they're making automobiles that are doing things to the environment and the atmosphere. And then Strax's way of stopping that, his way of stopping it, is to just get the workers to rebel and start a riot. So that's fantastic.
Oh.
Yes.
But yeah,
I like this idea.
this is one of those stories I cannot recommend to enough people. If you haven't seen it, watch it. You will not regret it. Trust me.
Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
God, this was an awful episode, wasn't it? It was just completely... What the hell was wrong with these people when they came up with it? No, I love this episode. It's not one of my favorite episodes of the 11's run, but it's definitely up there. It is way up there. It is such a fun episode that it has the right amount of humor, it has the right amount of serious moments, has the right amount of heart. All the actors and actresses are fantastic. Like, I miss the Paternoster Gang so much. And being able to see them again is wonderful. I love it. My only gripe is that they have the little bit at the end for Nightmare and Silver, which, kid actors, you know how I feel about those. All in all, this is definitely an episode that I would watch over and over again, even if it's just for the, what do you call him? Artie? Artie the mortician?
Amos.
Amos.
Artie's
Amos.
the shit
Look,
kid.
There's a lot of A names in this.
Yeah, Artie's the shit kid, but...
Amos. Even if you just watch for him, he's a riot too. And he's just like a bit character who comes up with the name. That's how good this episode is. So all in all, I love it. 10 out of 10. 5 out of 7.
Yeah.
Well, so that concludes the Crimson Horror Podcast, but before we conclude the podcast entirely, it is time, once again, for everyone's favorite weekly update, and by everyone I mean me, it is time for Sense of Gear Update!
I was going to say Cat hit the other button, but you beat me to it.
Exactly. Now, okay, kids. So Rainiac watched some more of Symphogear G. So, and we have a spoiler warning in place. So I am going to babble a little incoherently, so that you know that there are spoilers for the show. So don't listen if you don't want to be spoiled. So you can skip ahead to wherever the timestamp is on the video now. So you've been properly warned. Rainiac, why don't you tell me about the episodes of Symphogear that you watched this week?
And my response is not going to be a scream this time, even though one part did make me want to scream. Because that joke is played out now.
Rain, tell me what the show did.
Okay, so episodes 6 to 10. Actually, some of the better episodes I've seen so far. There's some real character development. The arm thing is resolved in about 5 minutes, which is not so good.
Well, I would argue that the arm thing being resolved leads to an entirely different problem.
True, but this is one thing I think that Symphogear is a bit weak on, in that it presents these big narrative-altering moments, and then they're resolved in like the next episode.
Well, there's consequences down the line.
There are consequences down the line, you're right.
That then get resolved really quickly.
Yeah, but...
To be fair, to be perfectly, utterly fair, there's like, what, 12 episodes per series?
13.
Yeah, 13.
13? So, I mean, they do have to kind of condense it down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, they could have stretched it out to 15, like some animes do. But I do like the tight pacing of this. Like, there is very little filler.
All killer, no filler.
Yeah, even the casual bits serve a purpose. And episode 6 casual bits serve a purpose to make me feel utterly sorry for Hibiki, because you find out that when she survived the noise attack in Series 1, she was basically treated like a murderer by everyone.
She was ostracized and bullied and harassed. And
you know, it's a show for kids. This is not a show for kids.
Well, it is not a show for kids, but you know, I find that interesting because you learn all that, and it didn't change a thing about her. She was still the optimist, naive, little hamster idiot that she always was.
Yeah, but
even though she went through all that hardship, and I find that really strange. And it also shows a contrast with the thing you were complaining about with Shirabe.
Yeah, and I would like to retract.
Shirabe's all like, you don't know the hardships that I face. Well,
I would no longer like to have Shirabe punched in the face. By the way,
thank you.
It's okay. You'll be fine. Just keep watching.
There's someone else you want to punch in the face.
She has redeemed herself. Oh yes, Dr. Ver.
Doctor.
I think everybody wants to punch him in the face.
He does get a wonderful comeuppance in episode 6, however.
Oh, I love it.
Because Hibiki's gets her arm bitten off and goes into berserk mode.
And beats the shit out of his pet monster. And
she eviscerates this thing.
He's crying like a little baby. No,
the only bad thing is that Hibiki could have actually ended the threat right there and then.
Well, then the show.
She didn't finish the job because she tears this thing apart, literally. She rips its heart out of its chest and utterly destroys the remains.
Kalima.
But the heart survives. And Dr. Ver gets the heart, and that leads to a bunch of bad stuff happening later on.
Yeah.
Just
so I am reminded, what episode did you get to, Rain?
End of episode 10.
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I know why. I know why.
You know why. We're building.
Oh, I know why.
So run us to it real quick.
Yeah. So as I say, the next 6, 7, and 8 do some really good character development. Hibiki is benched because it turns out that when she absorbed Gungnir in the very first episode, that thing was slowly killing her.
Oops.
There are fragments in her body that will kill her if she transforms for too long or she transforms too many times. And then they spend the next 3 episodes presenting her with situations where she has to transform. Thanks for that, writers. She does punch a noise while untransformed, and it's the most badass thing you've ever seen.
Until you get the fridge logic where it's like, oh crud, it's even affecting her when she's not transformed.
Yeah. That you can write that off. That the fragments are spreading, so
she's essentially turning into Gungnir.
Yes, and it will kill her.
That's bad. That's a very bad narrative collapse.
Yeah.
And
But
Sebesta
hey,
at this
Frez, you know
stage
what's
takes the place
good?
of Shiribe being punched in the face because the way she tries to resolve this
It's bullshit.
is the worst idea you could possibly come up with.
Yeah.
It's literally just, oh, you're no good at fighting. Never fight again. Trying to protect her. It's bullshit.
It's the trying to protect by being mean to them trope.
It's
Yeah,
not even
which
that she's
is-
trying to protect her by being mean to her. She also didn't inform Chris of this.
Which, like, you can there's ways to argue it about the corruption in the show, but also in a show like Symphogear, which is all about talking to each other and understanding each other and stuff, doing this misunderstanding bullshit just rubs me the.
And I'm skimming through here, but there's a moment where Karika and Shiribe have been sent by Dr. Ver. Have been sent by Maria to fetch Dr. Ver. And he injects them with an overdose of a thing called Linker, which is linked to their Symphogear powers. They're going to do a double Climax song on Hibiki. It's going to kill them. And Hibiki says, no, I'm not having that. And she uses their own Climax song and protects them.
That's very much her.
And Shiriba gets their wait, are we the baddies moment? And that leads to a great realization later on. Episode 8, that's pretty good too. Hibiki can't fight anymore, so Miku just takes her shopping. And takes her to an aquarium. They have a nice...
What a great date. Oh no.
They have a nice lesbian date that's ruined by the US government. Sorry, did I say that out loud?
No, it is. Well,
No, that's
well,
pretty par for the
is.
course.
It is indirectly ruined by the US government because they actually meet up with Eye Patch Lady and Maria to negotiate a truce, and then immediately betray them.
And actually, then Dr. Ver summons a bunch of noise to.
And he betrays them too.
Of course he does.
Because
Curse your sudden but inevitable
the
betrayal.
noise is definitely trying to kill Eye Patch Lady here.
Yeah.
But Maria grabs
also-
her, she fights her way out, she kills a few US goons, and then she's absolutely horrified she's killed a few US goons.
Oh no, there's blood on my hands. I'm the baddie now.
And this show's cliffhanger game is absolutely on point because the end of episode 8 is that Miku explodes.
Oh no.
Hibiki's falling from a tower. She uses her transformation to save herself. So just wait a little bit, Miku, I'll come and get you. And there's a gigantic explosion. There's no way she could have survived. Episode 9, she survived.
But
Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean?
This leads to, and you know, as soon as you started watching Symphogear, I was waiting for you to get to this bit.
Yeah,
You know damn well
so
I was
was
waiting for you. You know damn well I was waiting for you to get to this bit. And anyone who's heard me talk about Symphogear knows it's going to happen. But for the uninitiated who may be listening to this, not caring,
and
that
has no
Symphogear
interest
spoilers,
in, yeah.
Brainiac, why don't you tell him why and how Miku was saved?
Well, firstly, Shiribe goes off script, and the Noise are attacking a bunch of US forces. Getting used to this because the Noise attacks the US forces a hell of a lot in this show.
As they should.
This is like I can't even call them the villains group at this stage because it's just Dr. Ver is the villain. But the antagonist's plan is basically, we'll go and destroy a bunch of US vessels with the Noise.
This is where Shiribe gets woke. It's like, wait a minute, we are the baddies. We're trying to make
So
a world where
jumps
nobody
off
has
their helicopter. She jumps off of their airplane and she fights back the Noise. She tries to save the US military. Karika wants to go and get her back, and Dr. Ver's like, if you want to get her back, let's do it in the most dramatic way possible.
Oh fuck!
So firstly, he sends Karika with a vial of anti-linker to take Shiribe's powers away from her. But this actually plays into our good guy's hands because Chris and Tsubasa were hiding in a missile.
Of course.
And the missile fires out. They come out of it. They take Shiribe into protective custody. Tsubasa holds Karika at bay. But what's that singing we can hear? It's bloody Miku.
Say it, Rain.
Miku has been given a mirror relic.
I'm going to link it to him now, Frez, in private chat so that Chris doesn't see she's watching it.
Oh yeah.
Chris has wanted Miku to...
That's Hawk McBlade, not...
Yeah, Chris, our Chris, has wanted Miku to have a Symphogear transformation since the show began. And she finally
And
gets
now
her
she
wish.
finally gets it.
And it's over in
she's
one
the villain.
episode.
And she's the villain.
Okay,
The brainwashed villain.
think of it from my fucking perspective. This shithead Dr. Vare has taken mirrors, the thing, the symbolism which I love, and turned it against the protagonist.
And episode 10 is a wild ride because you've got brainwashed Miku with a power that can destroy powers generated by relics, and relics themselves, in fact, fighting against Tsubasa because Chris has got to keep Shiribe in protective custody.
And then Hibiki steps into action.
Yeah, and she's got a time limit on her powers before she dies, and that's
The
not like a euphemism. She actually will die.
The lesbians have to fight.
She's got 2 minutes 40 until the fragments enter her system completely, and she bursts apart.
And since Frez pointed this out to me, I'm going to point this out as well. Anybody who's listening who's interested, go look up the lyrics to the song that Miku sings at this point, because
God.
it is literally the gayest thing possible.
It is.
Really? Yeah, you saw the subtitles.
They're not hiding the fact that this show's got 2 lesbian couples and maybe a third in the future.
Everyone's fucking lesbians in this goddamn show. And I love it.
They're not hiding it, and that's for the best.
But yeah, Miku and Hibiki have a fight. Mirrors versus a punching lesbian whose power is slowly killing her from the inside.
And Hibiki has the best plan. It actually is the best plan.
Oh,
because the antagonists have set up this series of satellites that Miku's laser is going to reflect off. Yes, I said it. And hit something called Frontier and unlock it. And Hibiki sees this.
Because the moon is crashing down into Earth and it's going to destroy everything.
Is she told by Shiribe or Tsubasa what Miku's powers can do?
I think Shirabe says it.
Yeah, and Hibiki gets a great idea. So she fights with Miku. She's not hurting her. And then she says that thing can remove relics. And she just Goldberg tackles Miku into the beam.
And they both get shit blasted by a mirror laser.
Yeah, it removes Miku's... because if they take it off by force, it'll kill her.
So
because it connects to her brain. So by destroying it with one blast with the laser, it saves Miku. Hibiki is saved. This will be in episode 11, I'm sure. But Hibiki is saved because her synthetic ear is gone. So the fragments in her chest will be gone. So she can live a normal life again.
What an episode, right?
Yeah, and then nothing happens in episode 11. No.
And then you get to the post-credits of episode 10. Oh, God.
Synthogear, how dare you? Because episode 9, you did this brilliant montage of the 3 girls and Genjuro, boss man, training together, and it's just the best thing. Because throughout of it, Hibiki is like, super enthusiastic for the training, Tsubasa is like accepting it, and Chris is like, slacking away through it, like she's doing like one arm.
We should also mention, and I'm DMing you this picture, Rain.
Yeah.
And when you're editing, put it in.
Yeah, Curry Chris.
We should also mention. No, Spaghetti Chris.
Spaghetti Chris. Yeah, sorry.
Spaghetti Chris. Where the fuck is my Spaghetti Chris image? God damn it!
I know the one you mean. I'll put it in later. But yeah.
I will. I'll. Okay,
and that wonderful moment between her and Tsubasa is ruined by this ending of episode 10. Because she just shoots her from behind.
Oh no!
Why?
It's a heel turn. By God! God!
It is a heel turn.
I guess you have to just find out what happens next time.
I have a theory on this.
Oh, I want to hear your theory.
My theory is that this is actually a ploy. Mm-hmm. And Chris is using this to quote-unquote show the antagonist that she's on their side because she's killed quote-unquote Tsubasa. And then Tsubasa will wake up and it'll be revealed that actually Chris has infiltrated them. Now, what I don't know is, was this a plan by Section 2? Or did Chris do this on her own? Because there is a bit where they're fighting and she sees the ashes of some of the victims of the noise and she blames herself because she brought the Staff of Solomon into the conflict back in Series 1.
Yes.
That Dr. Vare is now using to generate endless amounts of noise.
I think I should also mention, I fucking hate Dr. Vare. We're going to bitch about him in full next week because then the real extent of him will be revealed. But I just want to mention, according to the wiki, his full name is, and I am not shitting you, John Wayne Vercingetorix.
You are joking.
I
No,
am not fucking kidding.
That's awesome.
He
it's
is
also my
not.
bad.
He doesn't deserve that name, but that's awesome.
Yeah, it doesn't.
And so that's Symphogear Watch. That's Symphogear update for this podcast.
Yeah.
Join in next time for the conclusion for now, in which Rainiac watches the finale of Series 2, the last 3 episodes.
I'll make you a bargain.
Oh.
I will definitely watch
Ooh.
the last 3 episodes of Series 2.
Mhm.
I might even do it when this podcast is
Okay.
over, because I want to see how it pans out.
Okay.
And then I will start Series 3. I don't know exactly how far I'll get to Series 3,
Mhm.
but I will have started Series 3 by the time I come back next week.
Unfortunately, unless Kat also starts Series 3, we can't do Symphogear update anymore on the podcast.
Oh, really?
Oh no! How terrible!
Because Kat has only watched the first 2 series.
Kat, I will immediately watch all 13 episodes of Symphogear Series 3 and save you.
No, I'll probably start it eventually.
No,
It's
don't
good.
do it, you fool. I offered you an out.
I actually enjoy the show though.
Yeah, me too.
He's already got his claws into me.
He's hooked me too.
Yes.
I am going to watch all 5 series, even if the next 3 are absolutely terrible.
Right. So, with Symphogear update done, we should wrap up. Rainiac, where can you find us lovely people?
I think you've forgotten something. Or
Have
have
I
you
forgot?
deliberately forgotten something?
No. We're going to do that at the end.
Okay.
We're going to do that in this part. We
Okay,
always do that
so
in this part.
Yeah, fine. Well, this usually comes after that. But yeah, you can find us at Reviews Doctor on Twitter. You can find a very confused Freezing Inferno.
This is Frez introducing us to Symphogear.
You can find a very confused Freezing Inferno. God damn it. You can find at Freezing Inferno on Twitter. You can find me at Domaniac. You can find Kat at Concave Usurper. I can't take my eyes off that gif.
Of course, you can buy Back to the 11th Hour by Kristen McTeer on Amazon.com.
And
you
you can
should.
write us a nice email at goitstimityourself@gmail.com.
At Sometimes Streams at twitch.tv/Concave Usurper, playing
She
games.
does.
And this Sunday, we'll be watching a movie, a Sherlock Holmes movie starring Basil Rathbone.
Which one?
I don't know which.
The first one.
He made several. Okay, the first one.
Nice.
If I
It's
can
like
get,
the secret treasure or
and
something like
I
that.
would love to see that with you. So if I can join you for that, I will.
And it's funny because when I said, "Oh, are you forgetting something?" I thought you meant buy Back to the 11th Hour by Kristen McTeer. But what we forgot was next time. What are we doing?
Next time, God has come to reap the sinners because it's Kat's turn.
All right, fine. We're doing the fucking arc. Okay, next time. See you
No,
bye.
we're not. We're not.
Okay, good.
I have some humanity in me.
Good.
So we have rules on this show.
We-
And they are rules that are established both to make it easier on us and also easier on you, the viewers. Rules like don't do the same doctor twice, don't pick the episodes that aren't complete, don't pick the arc, things like that.
Don't pick the Celestial Toymaker.
I love how don't pick the arc as a rule.
Yes, yeah, it is now. So those are rules that we try to live by, and we have the power to veto them if possible. This one, nobody's allowed to veto whatsoever.
Oh God.
Oh,
So, much like before, I'm not going to say what we're going to be doing. Instead, I'm going to let this speak for us.
Yay! It's good. It's nice.
it's good. Okay.
Fuck the
Yeah.
poll, we're doing Rings of Akaten.
Yes.
You got more Clara. More Clara.
My heart briefly stopped and then got going again.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. We're doing a good episode. Yeah, it's a good episode. Yeah.
There's no
If
rule
you
that
missed-
we don't have to do same doctors in a row. It's just for the sake of
We've
variety we
tried-
don't do
we've
it. But
we've tried to do it for variety.
I am more than
Yeah.
happy to give this another look because it's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I'm more than happy to spite that poll, which put it in the bottom 10 for some inexplicable fact.
Thank you, Base Seto Kaiba, for giving us Rings of Akaten.
All right. Say goodnight, Rainiac.
Good night, Rainiac.
Good.
I'm going to install a button that just does that.
Knock yourself out. Not actually knock yourself out. That would be painful.
Okay, hang on. Ugh!
Let's say goodnight for real, Rainiac.
All right. Good night for real, Rainiac.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. So thank you to you for listening to us talk about the Crimson Horror, or the Crimson Horror. Thank you to Cat and Jerry for discussing one of my favourite Matt Smith episodes in the Crimson Horror. And join us next time when the best Series 7 episode is brought up as we look at the Rings of Akaten.
We're going to have some fun.
Until then, bye for now.
See ya.
Okay, the recording has begun. I will have to break off. When I say break off, I might just mute the microphone and walk out of the room for 2 minutes to get some food.
See. Okay.
No, you're not allowed to eat.
Let's roll with it. Come on.
Let's do this.
I got my Monica date on the go.
How dare you decide I don't get to eat? Yeah.
Well, the British did it to the Americans for
I
so
will
long.
turn this. Fair point.
Holy fuck. Did you have the recording on?
Yeah.
Oh, for real? Hi. That's going in. That's going in.
I just did the absolute silence when I realised what you said.
Anyway, shall we?
That's how you know you've got to me. Not when I like shout and scream or rage, but when I just go completely dead silent. And on that note, I'll be back in a minute.
Very impressive.
I'm going to talk about Clara. On that note, I'm getting the fuck out of your room.
Oh, you didn't leave it on the stairs.
Clara, right? I'm gonna fucking bounce here.
Okay, so 10 minutes now. 5 minutes now.
5
Chris
minutes
starts
from now.
talking about Clara, Rainiac.
This is all going in the episode.
I was a bit premature in going for the food.